All right, good day, welcome, loves, and welcome. I know it's been a while since I've done any readings, but I'm getting the vibe today. I've kind of opened myself up a little bit more now that, summer's winding down, cooler weather's, you know, swooping in, shorter days. All right, so I figured, get a few done, try to see what I can do before fall yard work becomes a chore. But I'm getting Aries, all right? And I'm getting the vibe to use this, all right? I haven't used this deck in like forever. But I have so many different decks for different uses. So we'll see what's going on. I feel like there's something here, Aries, that I feel like you need to listen to, all right? I can't really get out what I'm really like fully feeling here, but I feel like you just literally need to trust in the divine, all right? Trust in everything, all right? We are where we are doing, everything is happening the way it's supposed to in life, right? Otherwise, things would be different, all right? So we're going to do 3 shuffles here. All right. All right. I always do 1 and then 3. I don't know. So it's technically like 4. So there's 1. I just got a glimpse of the scorpion. All right. And this means to release the negativity. All right. Any negative mindsets, thoughts. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow. So we do have here. All right. So I feel like you're surrendering to the divine, surrendering and just letting shit flow. Because the more we resist and try to fight back, divine orchestration, divine plan, the more difficult life can get, right? So with the super moon here, top and bottom, we have heavy moon energy, full moon energy, powerful energy, all right? The full moon, I feel like is telling you that, you might be like running, like your emotions may be running really high right now. All right, they might be more difficult to control, to, get under wraps, or even to figure out why you're dealing with this big ball of emotions, but it's internal. All right, it's feminine energy. All right, there's something that I feel like is pulling at you, but you need to dig deep within yourself. All right, take some time out here with the decimating moon, because you need to believe in in like the impossibles, all right, with the blue moon. Yeah, there's a powerful change that is expected here. It's the ending of a tough cycle, all right? So you may have been going through some type of cycle, some type of change here that has got you running emotionally, all right, high. And it's like the divine is saying, just surrender it to me. Just surrender and let things flow and let these powerful changes happen. Let these tough cycles come to an end. All right? Let's get one more out here. So we got heavy full moon energy, super moon. All right? Obviously, I don't have my little chart here to see when this is, but I always feel like people should do their own homework, a little of their own research. All right, so look into the full moon when that will be next, along with the super moon. Okay, so what I'm kind of getting is like between the two, there's going to be like a full moon and then a super moon. All right, close together. Obviously, the super moon is a full fucking moon. Your commitment is being tested. Okay, first quarter moon, your hard work is paying off with the new moon in Capricorn. Don't let your past hold you back here. You and your loved ones are safe here. Okay, you need to look at the bigger picture. Your dreams, they need a practical plan. It's about stepping out of that comfort zone. All right, so I feel like that's why everything is running high right now for you, your emotions, everything, because you are in the midst of a change, an end of one cycle, one way of being, living, etc., and releasing that and moving into something else, because your past, I feel like, is holding you back. it's keeping your emotions amplified. All right, to where you may not be thinking correctly or making proper decisions. All right, the full moon, we got a hell of a lot of full moon. The Taurus and the Sag moon, full moons. Full moons here. All right, your north node, look into what your north node is. All right, because that's going to help you step out of this comfort zone. All right, which is the past. The past is comfortable. That's why many people run back to it, or it holds them back in life, because it's comfortable, it's familiar. But your dreams are not practical. All right, so whatever you are freaking out about, whatever you are not seeing, you need to figure that out, because right now it's like the bigger picture is going to help you here. All right, it's going to help you step out of your comfort zone. It's going to help move you out of the past and not let your past hold you back. All right, and developing practical plans that make sense, that are logical. You and your loved ones are safe with the new moon in Cancer. So we do have, yeah, and then your hard work, we have 2 new moons. So yeah, it's like you're going through some shifts, you're going through some changes. Just surrender, all right? Don't try to control things, all right? Let everything move the way it's supposed to. But that past, I don't know, there's something, you're living in the past. Your past is holding you back. All right, it's not letting you move forward. It's not letting you fully put an end to any cycles that were tough to end. So that way you can like rise up and enter into a new way of living and being. And yeah, so let's do 3 shuffles here. All right, I always do 1 first and then 3. I don't know, don't ask. I just go with the flow. Go with my vibes. All right. Now I'm fucked up. Okay, yeah, this will be number 1. Oh, this deck is getting shit. It's getting too bent up. All right, got 1. All right, last one, guys, here. We'll see what's going on here. Well, that freaking sucked. Yeah, it's really bent. These are really bent. Okay, well, there you are. All right. We do have here some resistance. All right. And it's releasing that past that's holding you back. It's reclaiming your power, standing in your power, feeling confident, determined. All right. Knowing who you are. All right. As a fire sign, I don't know, maybe you guys, have a moon and like watery energy here that is affecting you. But you have the power to be able to get through this. You just got to find that confidence, that bigger picture, seeing beyond what you're not seeing because of your past. All right? So the universe is testing your commitment. All right, to see if you are really letting go of your past and putting an end to a tough life, a tough cycle. So we do have here the 9. Yeah, there's a lot of fear. All right, lots of fear. A lot of anxiety. It's those emotions that are taking over. All right. It's affecting your power. It's affecting your ability to reclaim your power, to stand in your power. All right. Oh, we have here the Chariot. Yeah. You fear moving forward. You fear forward movement. But that's where you're being nudged. All right, with the Chariot. That is where you are being driven. That is where you are supposed to be determined, which is moving forward and succeeding and triumphing through that and letting that past go. All right? Literally just leaving it in the dust. Because when you do that, that's when you're going to see success and beautiful things come in. All right? You need to find that inner power. You need to find that Queen of Joint energy within you, and you need to try to overcome this Nine of Pipes that is keeping you stuck, this fear, depression, anxiety, just fear of the unknown, fear of something new. All right? Because your dreams right now, they're not practical. And your spirit guides are here, you know, with the Six of Pipes here. They're trying to, you know, move you forward, all right, out of a turbulent, toxic past that was holding you back. And your spirit allies, they want to help you move out of this so you can move into a calm, serene energy where your emotions are not running so high to where you're making decisions and plans that are not logical and practical. All right, they're with you, they're guiding you, all right, helping to move you in a new direction where you'll see a lot of beautiful things come in, but you've got to be determined. You've got to find that willpower. You've got to find that strength. All right, because letting go of the past and focusing on something new, moving into change, it's not always easy, but it's necessary. All right, whatever you have going on, it may be testing your commitment when it comes to yourself. It could have to do with family. I don't really see any family here, but whatever is going on, your commitment is being tested. So if you're in a relationship, your commitment's being tested. All right, to see if you guys can let go of the past, see the bigger picture, and focus on practical dreams and plans in life. All right, but the past is a problem here. So step into that Sag energy. All right, we got the Hierophant here. All right, I feel like wisdom, like, I don't even know how, it's like not really wisdom, but it's like focusing on leveling up. All right, focusing on reading things that are going to give you the knowledge and everything that you need, so that way you can focus on the bigger picture and let go of what's not serving you. We have the King of Joints with the Tower. Yeah. So right now, I feel like your life is going to continue to feel chaotic, all right? The emotions are going to continue to run high and be all over the place. Staying in the past is just going to create destruction, all right? Because there was nothing solid there. There was no solid foundation laid. So whatever you were building in the past, it was a cracked, unstable foundation. The King of Joints knows how to see the bigger picture, all right? Literally. Seeing that vision and being that leader, all right? The Tower can speak of falling outs, all right? I feel like this is testing your commitment. All right. It's like the past was a very destructive energy. All right. Very chaotic, unstable, very shaky. Just a lot of toxicity here. Okay. We have here the Judgment card. Yeah. You need to rise up. You need to wake up. You need to see what you're not seeing here, which is the big picture. The big picture, like I said, is going to help you find them practical dreams and plans, because yeah, you're being called, all right, to rise up, to move forward, to answer the calling. We have here the Death card. All right. Yeah. All endings bring new beginnings. All right. It's about transformation. This transformation, I feel like, is very fucking difficult. All right, everybody's got their challenges. What could be easy for one could be difficult for another. But you are being tested, and your hard work is going to pay off in the new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn, you know, that's like, you know, building wealth and it's like I feel like you're going to eventually be like stable in life with that Capricorn energy, all right? Because then we do have here the Ace of Buds, all right? It's like when you fully transform and you let the past go and don't look back and you fully transform yourself and rid this tower that you've been living in and that's holding you back, you're going to end up getting opportunities, solid opportunities that are going to bring in good things, new beginnings, financial opportunities. All right? You're going to be, I feel like, financially secure. But in the past, no. So let's just get this wrapped up, all right, for Aries. Let's just get this wrapped up for Aries. Just surrender, all right? Just remember where you're at in life. You're there for a reason, regardless who, what, when, where, why, all right? All right, let's wrap this up for Aries here, because I don't want to make these too long. Yeah, we got the Hanged One here. It's like, but you're literally freaking, whoops, you're paranoid and you're worried about fully releasing and letting go. All right, I don't know exactly why, because it's not good energy that you're hanging on to when it comes to the past. That's why you're being nudged with the Chariot, the Judgment, the Death, the King of Wands, the King of Joints, to see the bigger picture, all right, to surrender, to realize that all your hard work will pay off here. We have the Lovers with Gemini, yeah. If y'all are with somebody, this is testing how strong your commitment really is for one another, all right? And how you guys can support and balance and come together and help each other through this here, all right? It's like, to be the Lovers, you know, you guys have got to be balanced. You have got to both have self-love, self-worth, and see the big picture and enlighten each other about, you know, how toxic and terrible the past is. So we do have here, so the Two of Joints, I feel like there is a lot of like thinking about, literally, I feel like there's a lot of like mental visualization of like your wishes being granted, your wishes being filled, and, you know, just living the life that you want and getting the things you want. But it's like your vision is key. If you have a vision that is for the better of yourself and a vision of releasing the past, that is when you're going to see the Nine of Bongs come into your life, all right? Your wishes granted, your wishes fulfilled. You know, some of our biggest challenges and transformations are the hardest because they're literally like life-changing. Energy wise, the energy is something else, and I don't know why I'm getting so damn tongue twisted. We got here the Wheel of Fortune, all right? The Wheel of Fortune here is saying, yes, your commitment is being tested, all right? You guys need to level up. Maybe you guys need to go back to school, all right? Maybe you guys need to like further your career, your education. But the Wheel of Fortune, this is where you're supposed to be. This is fate. This is destiny. You're where you're supposed to be. All right. And if we want that wheel to move forward, we got to listen. All right. We got to follow. Otherwise, we can resist and create more problems. So let's just wrap it up. All right. You want good luck. You want good vibes. You want good things coming in. You want abundance. This shift is going to bring in so many beautiful things. But you got to keep staying focused, determined, because that hard work, this is hard work for you, and it will pay off. The energy is gaining momentum. All right. So we have here the Empress with the Star card. All right. So it's about healing. It's about having faith. It is about being optimistic, having an open mind. All right. This is a healing energy. This is really going to like rejuvenate you and restore you and turn you into a fucking empress full of just beautiful, bountiful energy. All right. Connecting with nature. All right. We have the Ten of Cups here. It's going to be beautiful for your family. Your family is going to be fulfilled emotionally. You will. The emotions are going to be lowered because you're going to realize. So we do have here, yeah, it's about being strong for your family. All right. I feel like there is a lot of strength when it comes to your ancestry, your future, your retirement. All right. This is going to be what your family needs now and in the future. All right. Living a good life. All right. With that 10 of Pentacles and that 10 of Cups. But you got to see the bigger picture. You got to be more practical. And you just got to step out your comfort zone. Your loved ones are safe. You don't have to worry anything with the new moon in Cancer. Because that is a feminine energy, a nurturing energy. So just surrender. All right. So I'm going to leave that there.